Hi, hello, hello, hi Tucky. Feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Hi. I lowered myself just a little bit. Hi, hello, hello. How's everybody? Hello. Okay, let me lower the music for myself. I'm gonna raise it for you guys, but I'm gonna lower it for myself. Give me a moment. It's a little loud for me. There you go. Okay, let's change up the music. Right. Okay. That was like our starting scene there. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're gonna lower this a little bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hi everybody, hello. Okay. So today we're doing a personality test. Let me okay, we got a few personality tests that we're gonna do today. Let me hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Oops. It's because I use my personal account, and I'd like to not, because then you're gonna know all my juicy secrets. Okay, we are ready. Okay. Let me also see if hello. There we go. And let me put my stuff. There we go. I love you. You're so cute. Okay. And then we're gonna. Div, why didn't you figure this out before? You know, there's no need to be rude. I'm just kidding. I'm talking to myself again. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, hello YouTube. Today we're doing a personality test today. I have been wondering what the HE double. Oh, okay, cut and scene. I have been wondering what the HE double hockey sticks is. What is it? The MBSI or whatever, or MBTI, whatever that is. I've been wondering for years now what the heck that meant. And then I found out that it's a personality test. I've looked it up. It said a personality for like business aspect, but we're still gonna try it anyway because I mean it's really interesting to get to know. So like if I'm not mistaken, it tells you like if you're introvert, extrovert, but like it goes into detail of like what kind of introvert or what kind of extrovert. How do you like to be talked to? I think if I'm not mistaken, who do you work best with, etc. And they have like these cute little characters as well for each individual personality type, with each individual color as well. Like I think there's like purple, yellow, green, blue. I don't know if there's other colors, but I thought it'd be really cool to kind of get to see that. And in case that's not long enough, they've also looked up a love language test, so we could take a love language test. That'll be fun. And any other test that we have within the time frame that we are together today, if we have enough time. So anyway, let's get into it for today, okay? And then yeah, let's go. Okay, so free personality test. You regularly make new friends. I would say that's a pretty strong one. We do on a regular make new friends. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. I'm gonna go with like I think I like simple and straightforward. Complex and novel ideas. I will say this one because when we play games, I can't stand for things to be super like complex and a lot. There's some aspects that I do like, but then some I don't. I like just be straightforward. If you're like if you're like hey, I don't appreciate what you're doing, then tell me straight up. Don't be around the bush. Don't be like, oh my god, you're like so great, but like there's like a small little detail. No, just fucking tell me like, hey, look, I don't appreciate how you be doing this, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll try and work on it. Granted, it'll be stuck in my head forever, but I mean, at least I'm working on it. Okay, you usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. That would be like this one. Not like super strong, but like in the middle, yeah. Like the middle agree. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. They're organized to me. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I would say this one. It's not a super strong agree, but I don't think it would be in the disagree area. Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Actually, maybe I'll do this one. My family would beg to differ. They'd be like, bitch, put all the weight here. But I will say that I will be thrown stuff left and right, and I will be super calm. It's not until I get home that I freak it by myself. But even then, like, it takes a lot to, like, for me to, like, lose my shit. I feel like I'd have to be put into, like, so much work. I don't know. I guess it still counts. Like, I'm gonna leave it. Let's do that. I can't. Okay, let's just do that. Yeah, I feel like I'm answering my own questions. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. That's gonna be a strong one. I don't know why, but I feel weird when I have to promote myself, and I know I should, but I don't know what it is. I feel really weird about promoting myself. It kind of just gives me a weird ick. I don't know. I have no problem with other people doing it, but I can't. Like, I want to be like, hey, check out my YouTube video if you missed out. But then I'm like, I don't know. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively. often completing them well before the deadline. I will say this one because it's not a disagree. I am pretty good at what I do. And I get that shit done. But sometimes I procrastinate. Divvy getting freaky? Oh, no way. I tend to wing stuff. Yeah. Getting freaky where? People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Actually, yeah. I feel like I'm very open to people's emotions. Like I'm open to receiving people's emotions, and that will get me emotional, whether that's a positive emotion or negative. So I feel like, yeah, they speak louder to me than numbers and data. It could also be I was an English major in college, and the one thing I sucked at was math. I sucked at the numbers. I've been trained to hide my emotions. I have not. I will hide my emotions when it comes to like love and crushes, but like people may think I have a crush on them or that I don't like them, but that's actually so untrue. I just will not show somebody that I am attracted to them, or I'm just very friendly. Like one of my VTuber friends, for the longest time, we had like some VTuber guy friends that her and I hung out with, and whenever she would mention like, oh, I noticed that you and so talk a lot. Another VTuber, like that's a guy, just any VTuber guy, and I'd be like, yeah, like they're like a brother to me, and she's like, oh my god, why is everybody like a brother to you, Divvy? And I'm like, I don't know, and she'll be like, well, I thought you were being like super sweet, so I thought you liked him. I was like, I mean, am I not supposed to be kind? I'm confused. I'm confused. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I will say yes to this one, but not super strong, because I like if somebody uses it for me so that I know when things need to get done and by what time, but I myself have a hard time doing it like for others. Like if I'm like, okay, I need to set out things I need to get done, like look at my freaking stream schedule, I'll set it up, but then like I don't actually stick to the schedule. I'll change times around or days, and like I'm just like, oh my god, I'm the worst. Why fucking have a schedule? Just be like, everybody, I stream when I stream, fuck it. It's weird. Like, even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. So even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. This is true. This is highly true. I will dwell on something that I mess up on, if I'm understanding this correctly. Like when I make even the smallest mistake and my boss tells me I've made a small mistake, I'll start to dwell on it, and then I like fixate on that thing that I made a mistake on, and then I'm like, oh my god, am I even good at what I'm doing? Like, I like fully can lose my mind. Hi, Benny. Hello, hello. These personality tests make me self-conscious. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I think it's just me. I think it's like I think it's one of those that because I'm crazy. I'm like I'm making everybody else anxious. Okay. You feel comfortable just walking up to somebody you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Okay, you feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. You know, it's okay. What's so crazy about this is that my family brought this up to me once. My family was like saying that the panorama made me worse, but it wasn't just the panorama. I feel like it was a multitude of things, like as in the panorama, me growing up, like growing older as an adult. I changed so much, and of course that's a given, right? But what I mean by this is, to answer this question, when I was younger, I was in high school, as a freshman in high school, right, which is like first year of high school, with there's like what, 14, 15, I would go up to guys and girls, didn't matter like if they were seniors in high school, which is like 17, 18. I would go up to them if I saw them by themselves, and I would sit with them and I'd be like, what's up, hey, how's it going, did you I noticed you're sitting here by yourself, would it be okay if I kind of hang out with you? And like it worked. Except for like this one time where I did this to this guy that I kind of thought was like a cute at the time. I was a scene kid, so whenever I would see like scene boys, I thought they were so cute. Or emo boys. I went through a phase. And it was only like my freshman year. Anyway, and so I saw this like scene kid and I was like thinking he was so cute, so I was like, okay, let's go up to him. And me and my friends were like, yeah, let's do it. Dude, I went up to him. It was like the worst decision I made. He was like so not okay. He was like, no, I'm waiting for my friends, thanks. I was like, oh, okay, well, is it okay if like we become friends? And he's like, no, thank you, I have enough. I was like, oh, okay. But like it worked for this girl that I made friends with throughout my entire high school. She was also a scene kid, and she was like actually new, and so she was like a fresh baby and she wasn't from like our town, or even I don't even know if she was from the same state, but she was not from our town. So it was really awesome because I got her to like be really good friends with my friends as well. And then the guy that was dissing us that I did it to, his twin brother ended up dating that friend that I like, that friend. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But anyway, moving on from that, since I've grown to be an adult and I've turned, again, my family thinks it's because of the panorama in 2020. I kind of just been a hermit crab, and I have a hard time allowing people to talk to me when I'm out and about. Like, if I don't know people, especially at the gym, I'm like, please stop talking to me. I can't. Get the fuck away from me. I'm not here to socialize. And then when I do go to social events, I'm like, oh my god, I can't do this. I don't know how to socialize. Dude, I'm like fucking sweating balls. I'm like losing my shit. I might as well just like faint and just go home early. I can't even go to social events because even the social events, I can't even be social. Okay, so do you feel comfortable? Does a strap disagree? Took forever just for me to answer that question. They got asking what kind of person I am. I really am. LOL. Yeah, they got us asking about who we truly are on the inside. Let me put a clip on my hair. I can feel it. My hair is like really long and I just took a shower. And it's like, it feels like it's a lot. Like it's making me hot. Being social is just so draining. It is. But can I say that? Okay, I heard, sorry, I'm putting my hair up. I heard from like sources who are very well educated, I guess. Hence friends, family, coworkers, and social media people, that if you're an introvert, socializing will drain your your battery, and so being by yourself recharges you, which it does for me, by the way. Whereas if you're an extrovert, apparently being by yourself drains your battery, and being around people recharges that. I actually had a friend in college. She was my roommate. I have a friend. We still keep in touch once in a while. But I have a friend who was my roommate my last year in college or university, and she was completely opposite of me. When the panorama hit, oh my gosh, this girl could not stop going to places. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she was like, I can't do it. I can't be inside all day. What the fuck? It's killing me. I need to get out. This bitch like had to just step outside of her house at least. And then once the panorama was done, after 2020 was over and we were able to go out, this bitch was like recording herself like, oh my gosh, I'm free, I can do XYZ, and I feel so good now, my battery's getting back, and I don't know what. And I was like, this bitch, relax. This was the best time of my life. So weird how that works. I know. It's so weird because like my mind can't comprehend that. The panorama, dude. I can't say the actual thing because I heard that like that YouTube doesn't like when we say the actual thing that will get demonetized or whatever. Not that I make money from YouTube, but just in case we ever do. So we don't say it for YouTube's sake. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. Wait, oh my god, I can't English. 5 seconds of talking and like I already can't read. Okay, you are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. I feel like that's a disagree. I love talking about creative works and etc. I like talking about a lot of things. Hi Hadal, hello. I made a whole ass boat in Minecraft and censorship is wild, lol. Dude, I'm telling you, it's crazy. So now that I've started, now that your girl went from having like 15 or 10 followers on or subscribers on YouTube to 34. I now have to be careful with the stuff that I say. There's like a whole, and the things that I do, like there's like, I realized that in some of my games, when they got like, what was it, yesterday when we were playing that one game, Order 13, I realized that I wasn't allowed to look at the rip bodies, if you know what I'm saying, at the oofed bodies. I heard that like you now have to be careful when you're playing games and they got bodies who are oofed. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Apparently, like it's terrible on the censorship. And since Divi doesn't like to have to edit her own videos, because you know, she's a one-man show. She just decides to just look away. You get to see me on display, full frontal, raw dogged it. Rip reading comprehension. I know, dude. Why is it that Divi's gotta do stuff that requires her to use like at least one of her senses? Whatever 5 senses. How do you feel about Romeo and Juliet? I actually enjoy Romeo and Juliet. I enjoy Shakespeare as a whole. My dog is named Romeo after the Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I didn't name my dog Romeo just for shits and giggles. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. Oh, this is tough. Full frontal raw dogging it isn't going in the font, is it? Oh my god. You prioritize facts over people's feelings. Facts over people's feelings to determine a course of action. Dude, I can't stop, Huddle. That was such a funny. I mean, that was a valid question, but like that got me so good. Games like Left 4 Dead are a no-go. LOL. Ayo. Okay, but like, but we should clip it later. Like, just clip the full frontal raw dog in it. That's just gonna be for me. Happy to humor. I love it. Okay, but we all know that sometimes I just say shit and I don't think about it until later, or somebody else questions. I have a problem. I need to pay attention to what I say. What test is this? Oh, this is the 16 personalities test. The BTI, whatever the fuck it is. BTS. The MBTI thingy. I'm gonna shut up. Okay, I'm actually like I'm kind of at a crossroads here. I want to put in the middle the INFJ thing. Yeah. Yeah. I want to put in the middle because I'm going to put in the middle. But my only thing is, what I would hate is that if I put it in the middle, it doesn't give me like an accurate. I've heard that sometimes with tests, even though they give you a neutral setting, they prefer that you lean one way towards the other because that'll get a more accurate reading of you than if you put the middle. So I'm trying to avoid putting in the middle, but in all reality, I feel like I'm very much in the middle. An example would be like whenever my mother and my stepfather argue, you would think that I would take my mother's side, especially like 90% of the time. I take her side like 50 to maybe 30% of the time. And I get her to understand that like, hey, wait, I'd rather that you understand his feelings and where he's coming from and maybe why he's doing this, before you just assume that he's saying it or meaning it in this particular way. And I do that with anybody. Like, I've had coworkers who like will have beef with each other and like they'll confide in me sometimes, like the ones who of course like actually are comfortable with me, and I'll be like, well, I will say like maybe they were just having like an off day. I mean, like it's completely understandable. Like maybe like somebody like said something to them and so like it kind of just brought them in a bad mood. I know that they were mentioning like, you know, a family issue, so like I don't know if that necessarily meant that like they were meaning it that way. So like I always try to like do kind of both, like facts over feeling. I try to do both. So like I just don't know if like, I don't know if like which way I should lean towards. Maybe go towards disagree because maybe I go over feelings more. Maybe a BTS test. Which Korean boy band are you? Oh my god, it's such a good test. We should do that. You can put one in the middle. Okay, so then let's put this one in the middle then. Sounds like feelings are a priority. Okay, so then let's do this one then. Okay, we'll do that one. Thank you for helping me, Hado. Honestly, if I took a BTS test though, I feel like I'd be like a rap monster. Maybe I'm secretly wishing I was him. He's so cool. He was originally like the person that would translate English to Korean or to Hangul for his mates, like his I guess his bandmates or whatever. And it was really cool because even though like I think like his English wasn't like 100%, it was still pretty good. Like I still feel like he was advanced to be able to translate a lot of the feeling and emotions that were needed to be translated whenever they would have interviews. And so I admire him out of everybody. I would say that I find a few of them, two of them, very highly attractive. We won't say who, but but I admire him in the fact that like, I don't know, I'm very highly in love with people who can speak multiple languages. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. I will say agree to that one. I sometimes do. You rarely worry about, I will do this one. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people that you meet. I feel like back then, of course, when I was younger, I didn't care as much. I also thought I was like the shit. We won't talk about it. I thought I was very much a pretty girl back then. So I thought I was the shit. I think now that I've gotten older and my brain's like fully developed, I definitely worry about impressions the most. I worry about how people will perceive me, just because, especially like if I have to work with them or if I know I'm gonna have to see them more than once. I definitely don't want their first impression of me to be salty. So I will actually go with like, I'll go with a strong disagree. You rarely worry about, that's a disagree. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. I will say a small agree. I enjoy team activities like in the VTubing space, but in my actual job, I honestly don't care for team stuff as much. If I am being told I have to, I don't mind. The reason why I don't is because I've had so many experiences, and it still doesn't stop, of people at the workspace that don't know how to be team players, or they like to do stuff and procrastinate till the end, and it's like, okay, what the hell? Because I would like for this to get done so that I can have downtime and do whatever else, so I don't have to constantly be worrying about work related things until the last minute. And it really grinds my gears when people that I have to be in a team based activity with, and they're freaking late on their stuff, or well, it's like, well, we have until this day, so I'm gonna do it on the last day. Like, for what thing do you need to do it on the last day and then stress not just myself but everybody around you and yourself? Divi, first impression, sour then sweet. She's a Sour Patch Kid. Yeah. I will say, like, I will definitely say, and this should definitely get clipped. I am not a super nice person. I am a human being, and I fuck up, and I will say things that may come across as mean. I mean, anybody will. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, I'm blunt and I'm honest. Yes, I am. Like, I have a hard time being around the bush. I will say that. I have a hard time being around the bush. I don't know how to be around the bush. I will just straight up tell you, like, hey, this, so yeah. I mean, is that not liking teams or having a shoddy teammate? Well, that's why I put like here, because there are some instances where I don't mind. There are some instances where I don't mind team-based activities. And I'm very excited when we do team-based activities that aren't gonna fuck up with my paycheck. But other than that, yeah. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. New and untested approaches. I'm perking my lips, trying to figure out where I stand. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. We'll do a small agree. I am very flexible on like, if you give me a new task, but you just gotta make sure that I understand I know what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, then I don't like it. Divi is a cuckoo muffer. Get off the drum. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Was this the question I just fucking answered? You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. What if we go in the middle? Because Divi's been working on it for the past year. I actually have to get coworkers and my family whenever I have to reach out to people, whether a professional setting or not, or personal. I actually have to get people to double check to make sure that I don't come across as rude or a beach. So I'm working on it. We'll go middle for that one. The test knows. No, you a little right side. Okay, we'll go right there now. They're like, bitch, move that dot, you lying. Okay, you actively seek out new experiences and knowledge. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Settle with a little laugh. Ow. Oh my god, you're gonna make me go into like this laughing sprint. I'm gonna go on a laughing spree. I can't breathe. I need water. Like, bitch, nah, you ain't an empath. Get the fuck back over there to the other side. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. I'll say yeah. I enjoy learning new things. I especially went through like a phase right before the panorama. No, before college. I went through a phase where I was trying to learn a lot of different languages. I didn't want to just be like bilingual. I wanted to be multilingual. And so I remember buying a subscription to an app. I don't want to say it because like we're not sponsored. But like I remember getting a subscription to a language app just so that I could learn different languages that interest me. And trilingual, yeah. And I don't know, I found it very fascinating. And then when I did go to college, I took Mandarin as my language course of interest. And then it got me into just getting interested in different cultures. So I would say, yeah, well, I should maybe lean more towards this way. I think like I genuinely do like to try new things. And there's like, even like when there's new shops in my small town, because for one, my town hella small. Two, it's a border town, so like I'm literally a few minutes away from Mexico, so not a lot of variety growing up. So now they've like built, like I had to say, stores from different cultures that are not Mexican or American have now made their way to my town, and so I get very excited. And so me and my mother, we will actually go like check it out, and we'll shop and stuff at places that are new for us. Like we get excited, I don't know. So I will definitely say yeah, I enjoy seeking out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. I like learning things about things. Honestly, I feel like these tests are the most interesting when you have your own and others take the test for you so you can see the difference. Yeah. I do enjoy though, like, the other thing is like for me on a regular test like this take forever, and then I get like disinterested. So I never like finish these stuff. So like this is like the first time where I'm like, okay, let me try this out and actually figure out, like, let's discover what kind of person I am. Quadlingual, quinlingual, quinlinguini. Feels like that's the one place that would have variety. Yeah. Mine is my place, not so much of the variety. Like it I will say definitely different South American variety. Like there's like a Cuban place, but now we have like Mediterranean. We have it's called an Arabic, it's a restaurant, it's Arabic something, I can't remember what it's called, but like there's an Arabic restaurant. I don't think we have a restaurant like an Indian restaurant yet, or any place that would be like from the Middle East yet. But we have we got a few Japanese places and Chinese places. We do now have Korean restaurants, which when I was growing up, there was only like I think one or two, which I did get to take my mom once, and I was super happy and excited. But now there's like more Korean restaurants. We have a Filipino restaurant as well here. I've tried it a few times. It's like a small place. It's more of like a grab and go, like, you know, like a fast food. But you can still sit there and dine, but it's like a very small dining area. But still very delicious. Could I pronounce any of the freaking food? No. I can barely read Spanish, let's be honest. My Spanish reading sucks balls now, but so does my English reading. So, I mean, who's winning here? The universe or me? You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Abso-stinking-lutely. That is a given. You enjoy solidarity hobbies or activities more than group ones. I feel like this test is listening to me. What the hell? I think this test got ears, brother. I'm pretty sure this test is rigged for my pleasure. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. That is a lie. Hard disagree. I grew up around the Amish. Not sure how much variety was there. Ah. You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Your FBI agent is making the test in real time. No, but for real, Betty. Like, we literally just talked about fucking group projects and shit. And I'm over here like, I like being by myself. They're like, you enjoy being by yourself. Like, what the fuck is that? They're listening. Everybody shut up. Stop making me reveal myself before I take the test. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. I will say I disagree. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Hard pass. I actually will let my chores sit there. I relax first, and then when I feel like it, I will jump on it. I feel like this is outing me. Am I trash? Am I a mess? Do I smell? I have like a pile of clean clothes in my basket that need to be put away. They haven't put them away, and we won't even tell. I won't tell you how long it's been. I need to put shit away. In disagreements, you prioritize providing your point over preserving the feelings of others. You know what? I will go with this one. Okay, if I'm having an argument with somebody, until that person, me and my mother, we've had arguments. Her and I, we disagree a lot because we're both very strong personalities. And I won't stop arguing, to get my point across, until she tells me, this is how you're making me feel right now. And then I'll stop. I'll be like, well, fuck me. So, and I think that goes the same for anybody. I will try to get my point across until somebody tells me to stop. Just leave it alone. Or if I realize I'm not getting anywhere with that person. The sink is overflowing, Divvy. Oh jeez. Fold those clothes. Choo choo, Divvy. Look, at least I'm not taking pictures and showing you a picture of my nasty, well, they're not nasty, but my clean pile of clothes. Which I feel like is just adding up. Doing the laundry is not the problem. It's putting the clean clothes away is my problem. I get through one hurdle and then I'm like, ugh, I need a break. A 5-minute break. And then that 5 minutes turns into 5 months. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. I would say yes, I do. because of my introvert self, I get self-conscious that if I go up to somebody, and this is guy, girl, personal setting, love interest, I will automatically tell myself, you are not, you ain't cute enough to be going out there and making the first move. If they're interested, like, they can come to you, bitch. Sit the fuck down. I am very hard on myself. Divvy, that's a part of doing the laundry. That's the final step. I just like skip the main part. I clean the clothes. They're clean. At least I'm not sitting in a pile of dirty clothes, though. Not yet. Your mood can change very quickly. Yes. I'm not crazy. Girl, you stopped right before the finish line. I like literally got like right there at the finish line, and I was like, you know what? I think we went pretty far. That's good for today. And everybody else is passing me at the finish line. I could have been number 1 in play. I could have been first place. I'm now at like 155. Also, you go get those love interests. Nah. You are not easily swayed by emotional arguments. We'll go with this one. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. We'll go with this one. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. I'm thinking because I'm like, when it comes to ethics, there should be no fucking debate. Like, come on now. But then I'm like, if there was a moment where somebody was trying to talk about ethics and I disagreed, I'd be like, oh, nah, move out the fucking way because we're now gonna throw down with words. What the fuck you mean? That's a hard middle for me. The trolley problem. Well, I will say, if you know, you know. But I have a job that legit is nothing but being ethical. Like, I have a job that I have to sign a code of ethics, which means I have to make sure I maintain my ethical manners. And on top of that, if my code of ethics is not aligned correctly, then you might as well just put me in jail. Let's just say that. Hit him with the multi-dragon drifting. Ethics, I have no problem with. So we'll go with the middle. I will say this again. I'm not out there seeking. Oh, what the fuck? I'm not out there seeking to have an ethical debate. I don't even sit there to have a debate, period. But if somebody was to want to throw verbal hands about ethics, I will be there and I will be like, bitch, like, don't even with your negative booty ass. Bonus points, Ben, max combo. Good lord. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I will say this. No, I'll say this one. I still like to be around people sometimes. So it's not like a hard agree or disagree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. We'll say this one. When facts and feelings conflict, well, actually, let's go with this one. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. When facts and feeling conflict, usually find yourself following your heart. I call that my gut. I'll say yes. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work and study schedule. I'll read that again. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work and study schedule. We'll go with this one. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. You rarely second guess. I will say it's more towards these. I'll go with this one. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. Would you guys describe me as lively and outgoing? Nope. No second guessing. Lively, yes. Outgoing, no. So we'll go with like a light agree. Yep, you a stream. We got like a light agree. I'd say yeah. Okay. Toki's like the only one. He's like lively, yeah. But the other one, no. Bitch, get another question. Ask the live chat for another one. Okay, you are drawn to various forms of creative. Hold on, I read that so weird. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. You know, I used to be. Ever since I became a streamer, I stopped. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All my creativity went out the window. That's a joke. You're drawn to various forms of creativity. You usually base your choices on used to be or are. You usually base your shut up. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Base your choices usually base your choices. Oh, that's like a 50-50. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. I'll say a strong disagree. I still think I'm very emotional of a person. Am I a good emotional? Absolutely not. I think I'm probably toxic. We discovered that at the beginning of this test. Fuck everybody. But then when we're arguing, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel that way. Okay. You like to have a to-do list for each day? Disagree, because I don't always get my task done, and then because I don't always get my task done, I'd be afraid to have a to-do list only to feel unaccomplished. Like the laundry. Nah, not toxic, just wrong-headed, it seems. I think with my penis. You rarely feel insecure. Nah, I'm always insecure. You avoid making phone calls. Wait, bitch, what the fuck is this? Why are you calling me out? Like, what, if there was like your red flags, this is it right here. What the fuck? Seemed pretty confident to me. No. Okay, I hate phone calls. Dude, I hate phone calls. Even like when I have to call for business reasons. Hold on. When I have to call for business reasons, which technically is supposed to be one of my duties, I can't stand calling. I'm like, can I just text instead? And they're like, bitch, no, we need you to call. So I like still will text them, and then I'll be like, I called them, but like no answer. Discord VC is fine, but phone calls just cause me pain. Dude, even in VC, like, okay, if I VC with like friends that I've like obviously that I've been friends with for years, like Ebby, I'm totally fine with VCing. But like even if I'm like friends with somebody, if like they're still a fresh friend, and when I mean fresh, I mean by like still only a year of like a relationship, like a friendship, I have a hard time VCing. I get so high pitched. Dude, you would have thought that I was a whole different person. I'd be like, "Hi, hello." And then like 5 minutes later after I've gotten comfortable with you, I'll be like, yeah, so anyway, like, so this is like my freaking tone drops down like five fucking octaves or whatever they call it. 99% I'm muted in Discord. Dude, I can't even do Discord groups unless I know the group. Like, I am in so many Discord servers that are like my friends, because and some art that I follow, but not a lot of art anymore, just because I get hella nervous. Like if I'm not active on there, I like delete. Anyway, getting to the point. Like whenever I'm in servers and like I'm in VC groups, if I only know like 1 or 2 people in the group and there's like a group of like 5 or 10, I will be quiet the entire time until somebody acknowledges me and is like, "Oh yeah, Divi, so what's your thoughts?" But I will stay quiet because like I am so fucking nervous. I am so weird. I'm so weird. Now, if I'm in a group of like, let's say 3 people, me plus like 2 others, or me plus like 3 others, and I at least know half the party, then I will be lively. If I know majority of the people, I will be lively and I will be myself. But like if I don't, I am very quiet, very quiet. I even had a moment where one of my friends for his like re-debut, he's an Orca VTuber. For his re-debut, he had like Goose Duck. And I was like, "Oh, this will be so fun." Dude, he knows so many people. And dude, I was like so quiet. You would have like never known I was fucking there. I forgot I was there. I was like so quiet. And then like I would just like jingle and sing to myself whenever the Goose Duck would play. And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just over here putting some water in a bucket." Like I get so weird. Like I don't know. And really weird. Okay. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints? You know what? I actually do. I watch a lot of people on YouTube and elsewhere that will have like a healthy like discussion, whether it's politics or like, you know, drama. And even though I don't have the same viewpoint, I enjoy still watching them because it's nice to like get somebody else's perspective. Again, I think it's healthy. You can easily connect with people you have just met. You know, that is such a funny thing. I think it's a talent that I can even though I don't like people as much, or I get nervous, what's so funny is I have found myself, I'm sorry, it's okay, baby. I found it that people have told me that once they start talking to me and having a conversation, they feel like they've known me forever. Doggo, I know. It's okay, Romeo. It's okay. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, you're the baby. My manager is here. That's my dog. Hello, doggo. Hello. Papa. Hi, gorgeous. You're so cute. You did a good boy. Okay, he's now on guard duty. Well, flower with the pressure of the hydraulic press, Divi. You do the cutesy dog and our baby voice for new people. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one because this is not me saying this about myself. This is what people have told me. Even in the workspace, people will like have discussions about stuff in the workplace that was way before my time working there, and they'll be like, "Right, Divi?" And I'm like, I don't know. this is like my second year here. I'm not too sure. And they're like, oh my god, I totally forgot. I feel like I've known you for like ever. I feel like you've been working here for years. And I'm like, no, I have not. So like, I feel like people have told me that I have this personality that apparently I get people to open up, like not like where, you know, you tell me your fucking criminal history and, you know, your social security, but more of the sense that like, because I provide that comfortability of conversation, people feel comfortable having conversations and telling me like their opinions and etc. Because I'm honestly not judgy on like viewpoints. I feel like even like with some of my VTuber friends, they may not know this about me, but like I don't actually have that much of a similar viewpoint as them, but like I don't sit there and I don't bag on them. I just let them talk. I just let them talk. So like and so like people have told me that it definitely opens up like that door of making them feel like they've known me forever. So I feel like that one was a hard agree. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. That's so hard because my plans always get interrupted a lot. You know what? I will say yes, because I will try and recover my plan the next day at least. So, I mean, I guess that still counts, right? You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time. Yes, I have still dwelled on things from like 6 years ago. You are not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. I love discussing ideas. Yeah. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Yes. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what the most logical or efficient. Okay, when making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what the most logical and or efficient. Ooh. I will say this one. I say that because recently in the workplace, I've had it where some coworkers who I'm not working with anymore because I'm going to be working in a different department. But these people that I was working with during their lunch break, they would say negative things about other people in the workplace, or even like the clients that we serve, and saying some very horrible things about them. And it's like, you don't know like their living situation to be making those comments and jokes like that. And they were laughing about it. And they're older people in the workplace, so you would assume that like they wouldn't. Well, actually, no, you would definitely assume that they would be like that. Anyway, it kind of made things uncomfortable. And then they would talk about their personal political views in the workplace, which again, I would put my headphones on and I would just do my work. I wasn't there for talking about politics at work. And it got me to start having lunch by myself and stuff like that. But anyway, to say disagree is because when at the end of the year, when my boss did like their annual like check-in of like, how could we improve the environment of our workplace, and you know, what are some things that are going on, I didn't mention names, but I did tell my boss, or my new boss, because I'm getting a new one this year, I was like, well, here's a few things that are going on in the workplace. I said, I'm not mentioning any names, and I hope you don't take this like wrong, because I'm not trying to be that person. And she's like, no, I completely understand. This is supposed to be a safe space. Like, it's not, no names are going to be put out. I said, sure. But there are some people that do say some controversial and very inappropriate things. about other people in the workplace. I said not sexual or anything, but still not okay. And I know that when taking my training, it was said that it was actually technically not illegal, just how do you say, it was part of our contract that we were not supposed to be talking about others in the workplace, whether that was other clients or coworkers, because even some coworkers are related to the clients that we serve. So if like we talked about those clients, then and somebody who works there hears and they're related to them, like it could still be the same as just talking about the coworker themselves. So I just felt like when it comes to this question, that's what I think of is like, at this point, I'm not gonna sit there and worry about my coworkers' feelings because they clearly didn't worry about somebody else's. And I'm thinking of like, you know what? I should tell somebody because that's not okay, because now you're making it an uncomfortable environment. Like me plus like 3 other coworkers ended up having lunch away from these people because they were having such controversial conversations, and because they had been working at that building for like 13 plus years, well, between 10 to 13 years or 15 years, like I guess they felt like they could have those conversations and nobody's gonna say anything because like they've been working there for years, and so they have some very strong relationships in high places. So you know, it was just one of those things. And so I was like, you know, I don't even care about bringing this up because it shouldn't be done at all, because then we're creating a environment in this workplace for new people to also be turned away from working here. Conflicts of interest. Yeah. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than what is most logical and efficient. So I'll say it like disagree. I think I do think about the logical and efficient thing as well. You know, like I took myself out of the equation so that I didn't get in trouble. I didn't care. Like they were like, "Hey Divvy, why don't you eat lunch with us? Where are you at? We miss you." And I'm just like, I have plans. I call my mom during my lunchtime now, so I'm okay, thank you. Or I'll be like, oh well, I actually had lunch down the other side of the building today, so I'm sorry, I just didn't feel like making my way, walking all the way back over there to that side of the building. I literally will make myself go all the way to another side of the building just so that I have an excuse to not eat lunch with them. I ratted out my whole office before moving to a new base for being racist. Lol, dude, it's that's my thing. Like, why worry about somebody else's feelings if they're not worrying about other people's feelings? I feel like that's kind of like a no-brainer in my head. I haven't worked anywhere like that aside from one person at the post office, but everyone knew she was an issue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard. Like, even this year, because I'm still working in the same building, just a different department. Like the last day before like summer vacation, they were like, "Hey, you're not gonna go sit with us? Like, you haven't said hi to us. We thought you left already. You didn't even say anything." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because I'm already done and I'm in my new office." And I don't need to be on that side of the building anymore, because my new office is now on the other side of the building from where it used to be, which is where they are. And so like they were thinking that they were making me feel some type of way, but in all reality it made them look bad, because the new team that I'm gonna be working with, they stared, and then when they left they were like, did they just like literally bring up the fact that like you aren't sitting with them? I was like, yeah, they did. And they were like, what the fuck? Why? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what did you tell them? And I was like, I just told them like, well, I'm no longer on that side. I've already finished. So I went and helped somebody else. And I did. I helped somebody else move to their office, because the way it is that a lot of us got moved into different offices. So I took somebody else's old office and somebody else is moving. That person that I took her office, she's moving to a different office as well. So because I was already done moving all my stuff, I helped her move into her office, her new office. And so I like had no time or no reason to go to the other side of the building where they used to be. Like it just seemed like it was useless of a reason. I don't know. So they were just trying to, they knew what they were doing, and I knew what they were doing. They didn't actually care that I didn't sit with them. They just wanted to make a point to like make me feel uncomfortable and be like, point out like, you know, we run this shit. So, and it was fine. It was fine. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent. Yep. I am definitely a spontaneous burst of energy. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed. Oh God! Oh God! I've never thought this question, but I feel like they're calling me out. I never thought this in my life, but I feel like I should now. People like that don't function well when confronted with facts. I know. Oh damn! I know. Be honest. Okay, but I've never thought about this, like, ever. And now I feel like I should have. Bitch, who thinks highly of me? Agree. I will disappoint you immediately. Don't ever put me on a pedestal. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, facts. I wish I could have a job that I could work alone. Not VTubing. I love doing that with my friends. When I get the opportunity. I think you're pretty neat. Oh my God, thanks. I'll give you a story time for this one. About the whole like thinking highly of me. Like I remember like a lot of people that I date, this is why I thought I was the shit when I was younger. Like right after high school is when I decided I wanted to date, and the only reason for that was because I was scared when I was in grade school, especially like specifically high school, which is between the ages of 14 and 18. I was very scared to get pregnant. I never had any sexual relations in high school. All I ever would do is maybe kiss, but like I hardly even dated, to be honest. Like I would go on dates, but I never actually like kept a boyfriend, and I did that myself because again, I was afraid of what if it goes too far and like I get like we have sexual relations and we have intercourse, I guess. I get pregnant. I was genuinely scared. I had met some friends in high school that happened while they were in school. And so I was afraid of that ever happening. So after a certain point of dating, like going on dates, I would like drop the guy. I would just ghost him. Or I'd give them a reason to like not like to ghost me. And so after high school, I started actually dating. And so the two experiences where I was dating where I was actually in a serious relationship with these guys, within a few months they were already wanting to propose. And what I hated was like I did say yes, but before even getting to that point where we could get married eventually, I broke it off because they started to realize that as the year went by and longer than that, they started to see what kind of person I am. And I'm not this perfect goody two shoes person. Like I'm not always nice. I'm not always this like, oh yeah, let you tell me what to do type person. Like a lot of the guys that I would date, they were very much controlling. And I thought I liked the whole like, you know, I guess you would say the bad boy energy. I thought I liked that, which come to find out I'm the bad boy energy. I can't stand, I'm very much independent. And so like it actually kind of irked my second relationship at the time. Like the second person who proposed, I guess my second fiance, ex-fiance, and it irked him that I was very much independent. But I was like, we're not married. Like whatever is my problems, I'm needing to figure that out myself because it has to deal with me, you know, etc. And like, these two guys hated when they realized that I just wasn't the ideal girl that they thought I was initially. And I think that definitely had to deal with the fact that when they first saw me, for like the first like couple of weeks, I was very shy. I was a very shy girl. I was very like, at the time, I would dress super like, I always cared about how I looked, and like I would always try to dress like in cute outfits and all this. Like I said, I thought I was the shit. It's fine. We won't talk about it. And I always was very like a shy person, and you know, so sweet and cute. And they were pissed off when they were like, what the fuck, like, why do you do this, like, why are you like this, and why do you have to do things by yourself, and why you can't be doing that shit without my acceptance, and etc. And so I'm like, don't ever put me on that high pedestal. I'm not this great person. I wish I was a good person. I wish I could be a good person, and I work very hard to try and be, but I'm not. I am a human being just like everybody else. I don't put anybody on a high pedestal, so I would expect nobody to do the same. Clip it. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? No. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intermediate places. No, I actually can't stand busy places. Wrong side. I can stand busy places. They give me anxiety. I start to freak. I one time cried in my car before I got down because I was having a panic attack. I didn't even know what that fucking was, and until I was living on my own. I guess highly disagree. A decision. Let me catch up with chat. Hold on. Heck yeah, working from home. Kids are noisy and expensive. Proposals within a year. I know. Dude, like I said, that's why I thought I was the shit. We won't talk about it. I should talk about my love life one day. I had a really great love life, and I dated around. I didn't sleep around. I just dated around. I went on dates. But when I went back to college at the age of like, what, 22, 23, I purposely spent like 4 years of no relationship. I would just go on dates, but like I didn't want relationships because I was so highly focused on making sure that I got my degree, and I focused on myself. And then once I got out of college, which was right when the Panorama 2020 hit, I was like, I need to find a job first. I need to get my career settled. I still was purposely putting off relationships just so that I felt like I was financially stable for a relationship. And that solely had to do with my upbringing. I noticed that my upbringing with not just my parents, but like my aunts and uncles, a lot of the relationships that failed was because of finances. And so I just was like, I don't want that to happen to me. I want to be able to know that I can make my own money and they can make their own money, and like we will be so good together financially, and we'll be stable, so that if we decide we want to build a family and have children, finances will never be a problem for us. So now that I'm at my ripe old age of 135, I'm not 135, 131. I like want to be open to love, but now I'm like having a hard time trying to figure that out, because now I'm like in this headspace of like, you're not really the shit, and like you need to calm down. You relax. They were surprised you had free will. I know. Motherfuckers want a real woman but can't handle when they're independent. Lol, I know. It's true. Want a real woman, but suddenly the woman is too real. Back from ads, my love life is like the dead, barren wasteland of Mars. Dude, at this point, my love life is as bad as like the planet Pluto. There's nobody there, and there will never be anybody there. Nobody can reach it. They will die before they get there. That's my love life.
if a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. That is actually true, and I need to stop doing that. You've at least had relationships though, LL. Yeah, I have. I'm not look, I bag on myself a lot because I am my worst critic and my worst enemy. That's probably why, like, when random people come into this space and try to like say negative shit, I'm like, oh my god, we've made it, guys, like we're popular. Is because like I am my worst enemy, and if I am supposed to matter to myself the most, more than anybody else is, then like nobody can say anything mean to me. Like, it doesn't phase me. But I am my worst enemy. So like I'm not saying that in our reality I'm not ugly. I'm not unfortunate looking. I have my days. However, because it's me and I'm talking about myself, I have a hard time loving myself. I feel like just like any normal millennial in this time frame. Oh shit, I revealed myself. I'm not a millennial. I'm totally a Gen Alpha or whatever. Wait, it's Gen Z. Oh shit. I fucking outed myself. I'm a boomer. It's fine. I'm an out lady. And apparently I'm British. You've at least, do you find yourself making self-deprecation jokes? Dude, I make some dark jokes. British grandma spotted. Okay, I have, if you go to my Twitter, like, okay, look here, buckos. I have, like, I've showed pictures. I don't know if they're still there. I have pictures of myself. I even think I posted a video of myself on Twitter. I'm not ugly, but like, you know, will you find me in a crowd? Probably not. I like to stand with the crowd, not stick out. I think I have it. What the fit? Maybe I deleted them. You know, that sounds kind of like I probably did. I guess not, guys. I'm sorry. I brought you all the way over here for nothing. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I thought I'm pretty sure I had photos of like real me. Real me. I guess not. I have mostly I think I deleted them then because I have posted actual like photos, IRL photos of myself before, and I've posted it on my Twitter, but we'll find it near the end. Okay, you often feel overwhelmed when it's working season, yes, but otherwise any other time of the year, no. So like that's like a 50-50. We'll go with that one. You complete things methodically. I can't say it. Methodically. Ugh. My god, dude. Fucking buffering. You complete things methodically without skipping over any step. That is a hard disagree. I will skip steps on accident. Are they on accident? We don't know. Well, we do, but I want to mention it. Okay, going back. Nah, we gotta move away from some making jokes. You're amazing. Thanks. I remember you posted a picture of yourself and remember thinking you looked great. Have confidence. Yeah. I remember. I have confidence when I fucking post that thing. In the 5 seconds that I post it. I'll open my Discord. I'm pretty sure it's in my Discord. Oh god, no! We love when Div fucks up, don't we? We just love it here. I'm pretty sure I have a video here. I have one in my Discord. In my Discord, yo. General. I'm in a few servers. We won't talk about it. VTuber Live. Oh, you know what? The Discord server that I probably posted it in, I'm pretty sure my bestie fucking deleted it. Oh, say lovey. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have one, sorry. I was gonna immersion break on your asses, but sadly I cannot. I cannot. You know what? Let me see. I probably have sent a face photo to one of my friends here. Just to a friend before. We'll find it. We'll find one later. You know what? I'll post a video of myself later. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Hold on. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow. No, I disagree. I love being creative, but I don't like to have to come up with creative stuff for the work environment, and I'm pretty sure this is a work environment situation. And that's gonna be a hard pass. It's gonna be a hard pass. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when... Why do you keep talking about my emotions and lack thereof? Is there something that you did not like that I clicked on? The fuck? I rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when a mild agree. Immersion break is better than heartbreak. Nuked from the internet. I know. Discord links when. I actually have my own Discord server, and I don't. It's still in a work in progress. Look, I'm just gonna show you really quick. It's still a work in progress in the sense that because Divi doesn't like to be on social media. Like ever. Like all of this, I have the rules, I have shit and YouTube and Twitch. I haven't actually posted in here, and I only have like my VTuber friend, my streaming friends on here. Look, all of the great faces of me. These are artists that I've commissioned that have done art for me. I need to add more, by the way, but we won't talk about that anyway. So I have a server. I have not. Oh, and this is like art I've done. So when I first did my first VTuber model, this was all of the art. This is my first VTuber model. This is originally where my VTuber started off at first. This is what she looked like at first. And then I was and then halfway through some stuff that was going on where I moved out from the big city back to my hometown, I changed the design from that to what you see today. And I darkened the skin tone because I was like, she's very pale, and granted I was pale, but I am not actually pale. I'm not actually pale, so I gave myself the proper brown tan. And yeah, so we're on Divi 2.0. Love seeing character progression. Yeah, see. And then this is like some of my art that I posted. This is a sketch that I never revealed, that I did on stream once, and then I gave up halfway through and I never finished it. This is my character that I drew on stream. Actually, no, I colored it on stream. I never finished it, as you can tell, but we won't talk about it. And then I did this one. So I have a server. Oh, that is so ugly. But you know what? We love to see the progression, okay? Anyway, so I have a server. I haven't actually used it because I'm afraid of, like, when I'm not there, it being dead. So I'm afraid. You struggle with deadlines? No. You feel confident that things will work out. You know, I'll put there. You feel confident that things will work out for you. I do think that things happen for a reason, and I'm very strong in that feeling. So let's go with the middle here. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? Okay, your gender. Why? Does that fucking matter? Okay. Are we ready, guys? Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Are we ready? Morena Queen. Okay, gotta fail before we succeed. It hurt though. Drumroll. Place your bets. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Close your eyes. Okay, so we're in INFP/T. Mediator. Oh my god, I can't read. Mediator. So we're the cute green girl with the flower power. Why the am I a hippie? Why the flip am I a hippie? It's fine. Okay. Unlock full results. Personality test. Your career path. Your growth. Your relationship. Unlock full results. No, it's okay. Okay, so we have the personality test. Let's look at that. All that is gold does not glitter. Well, damn. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. This is true. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Bitch, what? Wait, I don't understand the last one. I think that's a little too creative for me. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Hippy Dibby, lol. Mediator Dibby, mediator read. Nah, they fucking called me a hippie. Okay, let's see. As an INFP/T mediator, you possess a rich inner world brimming with imagination, empathy, and idealism. Guess what, bitches? They said I'm an empath. Now I can start telling people I'm an empath. Your compassionate nature and deep-seated desire to understand the human experience makes you a natural, confident, and source of support for those around you. Okay, look, I'm not gonna be that guy, but that's facts. I feel that, and I've had this conversation with Abby before, and I feel very bad that she's had, and I feel bad for any streamer who's had bad experiences, and I believe that there are bad experiences of meeting other streamers/VTubers, right, that are just not kosher. But with a lot of negativity, I've been trying to be that kind of VTuber or streamer friend that I love to support people around me, and I love to support them enough that they feel confident in anything that they're doing. Even if they're terrible at it, I will not sit there and be like, oh, you know, maybe you should try something else. Like, I will sit there and I'll be like, yes, pop off. I love to support others. I don't know, it's like my jam. The morning frost only affects the surface. Is the cold doesn't hurt the roots. I don't resonate with that last one. Because I'm an empath. Because I'm like an empath. Hey guys, I'm an empath. I actually relate to this very much because I'm an empath. Dude, it's gonna be my line for the rest of just this year. Every time we do something, if we play a game, every time I make a decision, we just gotta say it's because I'm an empath. I'm not gonna be that guy, but I'm actually that guy. I'm actually that guy. You approach life with a sense of wonder, always seeking meaning and authenticity. I do seek meaning a lot. I do try to do things that give me meaning and others like meaning in your experiences and relationships. Authenticity. I don't think I'm that authentic. Am I that authentic? Do I feel al dente to you? Your creativity is a wellspring of inspiration, often manifesting in unique ideas and innovative solutions to complex problems. However, the same creativity can sometimes lead you to become lost in daydreams, making it challenging to navigate the more practical aspects of life. You have a profound capacity for empathy, allowing you to connect with others in a deep, almost intuitive level. Dude, I'm an empath. Oh my gosh. Divi is very authentic, muy al dente. Personality traits. So really quick, I know there was an ad, there was a commercial break. Just to read that last part, your creativity is a wellspring of inspiration, often manifesting in unique ideas and innovative solutions to complex problems. However, the same creativity can sometimes lead you to become lost in daydreaming. I do get lost in daydreams, making it challenging to navigate the more practical aspects of life. You have a profound capacity for empathy. We're empathetic. Allowing you to connect with others on a deep, almost intuitive level. Guys, we're empathetic. It's because I'm an empath. Okay, your personality traits. 73% introverted. Look at, we're the purple guy because he's an introvert. Your energy, you likely prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and feel drawn to calmer environments. Intuitive is 61%. You're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Feeling 69. I feel it. We're 69ing it. Okay, sorry. Behave, Divi. Be mature. You're an adult. Okay. You likely value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. Prospecting. Look it, I'm not judgy at all. You know why I'm not judgy? Because I'm an empath. For the roots, I think that they mean. Oh wait, did I? For the roots, I think they mean that it. I think they mean is that you aren't that affected by sharp and short-term trials. Oh, Divi is very authentic, muy al dente. Hashtag empath. No behave. Enough adulting. 69 is funny. 82 is also a funny number. Oh god. Where was I at? Okay, so prospecting, you're likely very adaptable, easygoing, and flexible, prioritizing spontaneity over stability. I am very flexible in especially in the workplace. I've noticed that that is a strength of mine, but also the reason why I'm flexible is because that's 69. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop. That wasn't that funny. Okay, assertive and turbulent. My bitch ass can't read that there's a B in there. Turbulent. 90% turbulent. You're likely self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success driven. And okay, well, this part doesn't count because you asked me multiple questions about this piece here. Obviously, I told you I was stressed out, bitch. Obviously, I told you I didn't have self-confidence. What are you talking about? Your introspective nature drives you to continually explore your own thoughts, feelings, and values. This self-awareness is a powerful tool for personal growth, but it can also lead to excessive self-criticism. I told you. You're highly attuned to criticism from others as well. I am open to criticism all the time. My boss, I have to be open to it because my boss, it's like a requirement at my job where they will come once a month to check up on us and our work and like how we're doing and if we're doing well, and they make like monthly visits to like give us notes, and it's like it's supposed to be like, here's what you're doing really well, but here's where you need to grow. So I have to be open to criticism, which I think in turn has built my character a lot. You're highly attuned to criticism from others as well, which can sometimes leave you feeling vulnerable or misunderstood. Despite these challenges, your unwavering commitment to your ideals and your ability to see the best in others make you a powerful force for good in the world. I need to take a drink. Your journey is one of balancing your rich inner life with the demands of the external world, always striving to being more beauty, kindness. Oh, okay, wait. Your journey is one of balancing your rich inner life with the demands of the external world, always striving to bring more beauty, kindness, and authenticity into your life and the lives of those around you. So the test results is correct, is what I'm hearing. The accuracy is uncanny. Yeah. Your career path. In your personal life, you're driven by a deep-seated need for meaning and purpose. This is true. You thrive in environments that allow you to express your creativity, help others, and stay true to your values. Careers in counseling, teaching, writing, or the art of often appeal to your nurturing nature and imaginative spirit. You know what's funny? It says careers in counseling, teaching, writing, or the arts often appeal to your nurturing nature. That's such a tongue twister. Nurturing nature, and one of these is actually my job. Don't say it. Just let that sit with you. One of these is my job, which I find very funny because this tells me how accurate and how good this test is, that it never asked me about job questions. It asked me personality questions, and it led us to even the jobs that we could have that would be great for our personality and that we would thrive in due to our personality. Like, that's what I get from this. And I think that's so funny because they literally just called out my job without us having to do that ourselves. However, finding the right fit can be a journey of trial and error as you navigate the balance between your ideals and the realities of the working world. Your ability to think outside the box and empathize with others makes you a valuable asset in many fields, particularly those requiring innovative problem solving and interpersonal skills. Yet you may struggle with highly structured environments or roles that involve a lot of routine tasks. This is true. I do have a job that has a lot of routine tasks, and it sometimes gets to be a lot because, like, I have to do a lot all in within the 5 or 10 minutes that I can have. Your challenge lies in finding a career that not only aligns with your value, but also provides the flexibility and autonomy to you crave, dude. I can't read. I've already started fudging up. I was doing so well. But that was a long fucking sentence. Hold on. I'm gonna redo that. Your challenge lies in finding a career that not only aligns with your values, but also provides the flexibility and autonomy you crave, allowing you to make a meaningful impact while staying true to yourself. Mediator is not reader, sadly. Mediator is not reader. Hold on, my butt is hurting me. Okay, just my left butt cheek. But I also did cardio today, so I feel like I did some butt stuff. Wait, that didn't sound right. Take that out! Influential traits. Perfectionism. I do try to be perfect, and that's a problem because I'll never be perfect. Ambition, motivation, desire to lead. I don't have any desire to be a leader. That seems like more stress. Your strengths. Insightful understanding. I am very understanding. The butt stuff are worse than full frontal raw doggy. No! Independent thinking. I am very independent. Reflective approach. Gentle persuasion. Dude, I'm pretty sure they fucking did this test while I was taking it. I'm pretty sure whoever's in charge of this test was like, oh god, we sensed this person. Let's go find their IEP. Let's go see who's taking this fucking test. Let's just write a whole bunch of BS. Dude, this is so me. I literally talked about being independent, like, and they're telling you that's why my relationships didn't work, because of my independent thinking. Quiet determination, authentic authentic presence, and gentle persuasion. Your weakness, struggling with pragmatism. What's that? Your idealistic expectation may hinder practical decision. Your idealistic expectation may hinder your practical decision making and achievable goals. I guess so. Reacting personally to criticism, constructive feedback may trigger deep self-doubt. Okay, yeah, I don't have a problem with criticism, but I do have a problem with dwelling on the criticism that I get. I remember in college, when I joined the sorority that I was in college, one of the things that we had to do was, it was like a thing that's called like a heart-to-heart. And that's where if people are having issues, we would sit in a circle and we would all talk about the issue, and everybody that was in the circle had to say something. Otherwise they weren't allowed to be in the circle. So like they weren't allowed to listen in at all. So anyway, with that being said, we had a thing called heart to heart where we would be in a circle, and I remember one of my sorority sisters, who I'm still very close with, and I have a relationship with her still to this day. And I love her and adore her, and I'd say nothing but good things about her every time to other friends. But I remember her telling me in this heart-to-heart that I had a very big problem with talking about myself a lot. In the sense that whenever somebody would talk about their problems and try to vent to me, I had this thing of like, I would try to connect it with something about me. And so I remembered that, and I never stopped remembering it, to the point where even when this happened, this was like in 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. Till this day, I can't stop thinking about it every time I have a conversation with friends. Divi, hi Fox, hello. So like till this day, when I talk to friends, whether that be like my VTuber friends, my streaming friends, friends in real life, like IRL friends, I notice that when somebody's talking to me, I have to tell myself multiple times, don't talk about yourself, don't talk about yourself, don't talk about yourself, like don't connect it to yourself, don't connect it to yourself, don't connect it to, like I dwell on that, and then like I'll tell myself, like, did I talk about myself? Did I go too far? Did I connect it to my own story? Did I make sure that like I just listened? Like I'm so bad with that. So like, again, I have no problem with feedback. What I have the problem with is dwelling on the feedback that I get, that it like takes over. Reluctant to this part of thinking though, by comparing and relating with your own struggle. With your own what? With your own stories. Yeah. Reluctant to advocate. Your natural humility often prevents you from presenting your contributions effectively. This is true. I don't think I don't advocate for myself though a lot. I don't advocate for myself a lot. I will advocate for others, but not for myself. It's a balancing act. Yeah, it is. I love to yap, especially if it's topics I enjoy, that I have to rein myself in abruptly. If not, I'll continue. I love having conversations. That's not the problem. I guess the problem was like, when having conversations and allowing somebody to vent, I constantly had this issue where I had to tie it into my own personal story. But in my head, what I thought that I was doing was I was getting somebody to understand that I could relate, or that I understood where they were coming from. Because what I always hated was whenever somebody would vent to me, I always hated when they would say, you don't understand, you don't know what I'm going through. So I always tried to tie some type of personal story to it, so that that person that was venting to me knew, like, I understand where you're coming from. But it didn't come across the way I always thought. So some people didn't appreciate it. So again, my sorority sister was not meaning it in a bad way at all. And she probably doesn't know that I still dwell on it. And she probably would hate that I still have it in my head. She'd probably be like, you're an idiot. Please stop. It's not that serious. But like, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Like, I just now try to be very thoughtful in the fact that, like, if somebody vents to me, to just listen. Difficulty networking. I do have difficulty networking because I'm very like nervous and shy. So like I have a hard time trying to network myself. Overlooking organization. Your spontaneous work lifestyle can cause difficulty in maintaining schedules and routine. This is true. This is true. Drained by routine. I am drained by routine. You heard me in my laundry story. I get all the way right to the point until the finish line happens, and then once the finish line happens, I'm like, yeah, we can just sit here for a while and have like a picnic. It's fine. Okay, let's talk about our love life. So we did get into our personality trait, which I think that's fun. Who cares about our career path? Actually, let's look at our career path. Oh, so this is the career path. So we did already go over that, which I did mention. If you know, which some people know, they definitely said our career path. Okay, so where's the careers you might love? Work styles that incite you? No, we're good. Let's see. Hold on. There's a commercial. And commercial off. Okay. Your personal growth. We don't care about personal growth, right? I need to grow in confidence, sense of control, grit, and resilience. This is all very true. I have no arguments here. Let's see. Open to possibilities, intuitive self-awareness, self-conscious. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this. I want to know about my love life, my relationships. Wait, hold on. Is that the one? Is it the relationship one? Hold on. Yeah, the relationships. I want to know about. Wait, is it saying just relationships? I was thinking it's love life, and maybe I'm milking it or whatever. I'm clicking it. Okay. Take a drink before we start reading. Okay. Your relationships. In relationships, you seek deep back what we go. We're in relationships. In relationships, you seek deep, meaningful connections that honor your need for authenticity and personal growth. So seek deep relationships, meaning connection that honor your need for authenticity and personal growth. Your empathy and intuitive understanding of others make you a compassionate friend and partner. Ha! So whoever wants to be my partner, I'm compassionate because I'm empathetic, because I have empathy, because I'm an empath. All right, Div, we get it. Capable of forming #empath. Yeah. Capable of forming bonds that go beyond surface level interactions. You have a gift for creating safe spaces where others feel understood and accepted. This is true. I told you, I'm not judgmental at all. You want to tell me that you are a little slut and you a little hoe? Cool. By all means, rock the boat for you. Like, I don't know why that I feel like I need to also have that problem. Like, that's your life. Like, live your life. It's not hurting me as long as you're not sleeping with my my future partner. Then I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, I have a very close friend who she has told me, like, she'll sleep around for the heck of it. Like, you know, she's told me that she used to do sugar babies. It is a thing. And she told me she used to do sugar babies, and I was like, oh, cool, yeah. And I remember also, like, even Abby telling me that, like, some of her content and her being, like, mature content, and, like, the things that she does, and she was like, I just find it fascinating, Divvy, that, like, you aren't the person to like do mature content like that, and you don't make jokes like that, but yet like we are very close, and like you're not, you don't make me feel like I'm being judged. And I'm like, well, why? Like, I don't know, like, that's your life. Like, live your life the way you want to. Like, I don't understand. She's compassionate. Do not resist. Hell yeah, get that back, right? Get that back. Like, just because like it's not for me and it's not a lifestyle for myself, I don't see why there should be a need for me to judge somebody else who decides that that's their lifestyle. Like, I don't understand that, like, at all. Like, that's like saying like I'm gonna go and sit there and bag on fucking McDonald's workers. Bitch, I go to McDonald's. I want somebody to be there so that if I want to order fucking chicken nuggies, we can order chicken nuggies, and we know that there's somebody that works there. Why are we judging people for working at fucking McDonald's? Sorry, Mickey D's. Okay, anyway, let's get back on track. So your empathy so capable of forming bonds that go beyond surface level interactions, you have a gift for creating safe spaces where others feel understood and accepted. However, bitch, your idealistic nature can sometimes lead to challenges in relationships. Fuck. You may struggle with conflict or become disappointed when others don't live up to your high expectations. Do I have high expectations this whole time and I didn't even realize? My dog just said yes. Did you hear him? Learning to communicate your needs effectively, set healthy boundaries, and accept others and yourself as imperfect beings is crucial for building lasting, fulfilling relationships. While you value close connections, you also need time alone to recharge and reconnect with yourself. Okay, so let me read that last part. I felt like I read it, but like I wasn't actually taking in whatever the fuck I just read. I want my nuggies. What am I gonna do for them myself? Real? Okay. Learning to communicate your needs effectively, set healthy boundaries. So, communicate my needs effectively is something I need to do. Set healthy boundaries, which means no sexual relations past 9 o'clock. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. And accept others. The healthy boundaries would be like, you know, if I'm gonna support you, right? Like, you should be able to support me and my thoughts, or let me have my own independent thoughts and feelings without having to constantly come to you for acceptance. Like, is a given. And accept others and yourself as imperfect beings is crucial for building lasting, fulfilling relationships. Imperfect. Okay, well, I'm working on it. I know I'm imperfect. I know I'm not perfect. What do you mean, Jelly Bean? Influential traits: authenticity, loyalty, altruism, emotional intelligence. I feel like they're naming a dog. I feel like I'm being called a dog. Hi, everybody. Whoever wants to be in a relationship with me, I'm hella loyal and I'm authentic and I'm an emotional intelligent. This is a dog. This is a dog. Whatever. Your strength. She hurt herself, but she didn't listen to herself. No relations past 9 o'clock. The Mickey D's is closed. A natural listener. Here's my strengths. I'm a natural listener. I'm gonna start putting this out on my fucking dating scene. Like, anybody who's interested, here's my strengths. I'm such a great listener. Again, a fucking dog. I'm very compassionate. A dog. I'm emotionally insightful. My fucking dog's emotionally insightful. Seeking meaningful bonds, respect, and for difference. I do respect if like my partner has different views than me, as long as we could still love each other and fluff each other. I said fluff, you know what I meant. Then I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. A joking. I'm joking. Thoughtful gestures. I feel like, again, my strengths are, you know what? I am the year of the dog. So I guess it makes sense. Remember to use hashtag empathy, empath, and hashtag puppy, apparently. I am the year of the dog. So I got dog treats. Woof, woof, motherfudger. Your weakness, avoiding conflict, neglecting your needs. I do neglect my needs. Insecurity in new situations. This is 100% true. Idealizing connections, withdrawal under stress, and sensitive to rejection. Being misunderstood or dismissed quickly discouraged you from being misunderstood or dismissed quickly discourages you from initiating or maintaining relationships. Yes, but I wouldn't say I'm sensitive to rejection. Like, I mean, I get what they're saying, like, because it's not saying that, like, because, like, if somebody was like, oh, I'm not into you like that, like, I'd just be like, oh, cool, okay. But, like, I'd hope we'd still be friends. Like, I don't know about that last one. I feel like that's a 50-50, but you know what? Because I said 50-50, I guess it still counts. Like, that's why it's still on there, because even if it's 50, it's still there. Emotional overwhelm can lead you to a distant yourself, unintentionally hurting loved ones. This is true. This one is true. But I do like this. I thought that they were gonna tell me, though. I thought they were gonna tell me, like, which other, like, personality trait I would be suited with. Like, that's what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, were they gonna tell me about the other personality traits that I would go well with? Personality type. So we're definitely this bitch. So let's take that mental note, right? But I want to know intuitive N and feeling F. Personality types known for their empathy, diplomatic skills. I didn't know I had diplomatic skills. And passionate idealism. So I'm a diplomat. Oh, that sounds fancy. In analysis, intuitive N, and thinking T. Personality types known for their rationality, impartiality, I think it's impartiality, and intellectual excellence. Debater, commander, that word, the log. Architect, advocate, mediator. You know what's funny is that this says mediator, and for a lot of arguments in my family or friends, I'm usually the mediator, so I think it's kind of funny. Protagonist. Is that the main guy? Campaigner. Well, they definitely said that you're not the main character, that's for sure. Campaign. Sentinels. Observant S and judging J. Oh, these are the judgmental bitches. Personality types known for their practicality and focus on order, security, and stability. So we got the logistician. I can't say that word. I don't know why, but like my Hispanic ass can't put those alphabets together. Defender, executive, and need to test like this, but for D&D. Dude, that'd be so cool. I don't play D&D, but like if you do, that would actually be kind of cool. Okay, finished work. Let's take this test. Yes, take this test. Take this test and tell me. Observe. Okay, explorers, observant, and prospecting. Personality types known for their spontaneity, ingenuity. I can't say certain things. And flexibility. So virtuoso, adventurer, entrepreneur, and entertainer. So if I was an entertainer, oh my gosh! Oh, I forgot to read this. So defender, executive, and consul. Oh, I want to know what other personality types does this actually go well with, though? Because we click it, it just gives us this. Does it say, though? Mediators you may know. William Shakespeare! No wonder I loved this man. Dude, okay, but like, for William Shakespeare, I actually took a whole class in my university. There was a William Shakespeare class because I was actually, I majored in English. With majoring in English, one of the classes, the advanced classes, like my senior year that I could take, or my fourth year that I could take, was a Shakespeare class. Dude, oh my god, I have two thick ass William Shakespeare. I will take a picture and I will put it on my Twitter. But I have two thick books of William Shakespeare. One of them is all of his works, like all of it, from his sonnets to his what is it, his plays and all those, like his writing, his stories. And one of them I think is just like his stories. But I have them all, from Old English to Modern English. Oh my gosh. I love him. So for him to be in the same, like, in the same capacity as us, like, is crazy. My Mexican ass struggles with saying statistics. LOL. Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like me being Hispanic, sometimes, like, when I pronounce certain words, I notice that I can't pronounce them properly, both in Spanish and in English. Like, there's certain vowels or letters when they're put together, I'm like, bleh. That class sounds awesome. Dude, it's so good. Because when I was in high school, when I was in grade school, and we would do William Shakespeare, dude, oh my god, Macbeth, it was so good. Dude, I love Romeo and Juliet for it being what it is. But I'm not like one of those who's like, oh, I need to find my Romeo and we need to die together. Like, no, I love the idea of the story. I'm not sitting there saying that my love life needs to align to a fucking Romeo and Juliet. But I loved it because I got to read more William Shakespeare stories that was not on the list in my grade school, like in high school. So it was really cool to be able to know that was there. Bjork? Is that Bjork? Alicia Keys. I don't mind her as an actress. I don't listen to her songs as much though. Is Tom Hiddleston the Loki guy? Is that Loki? Is that Loki? Ugh, dude, I think he's so fucking hot. I have a problem. Let me see. Tom Hiddleston. It is! Dude, oh my god, dude. When he was Loki... Okay, when fucking the movie Thor for Marvels came out, like... When Thor came out and I saw this man, I was like, oh my god. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. I have this thing with guys that have long hair and like long black hair. There's this movie. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Let me come back over here. Movie. Oh, I found it. Hold on. I just spelled it wrong. Hold on. Oh, you know what it is. Okay. So there's this guy. When I was young, this movie came out. How old was I when this movie came out? I won't tell you how old I was. I'll give you a range. 2006, bro. Dude, I was small. Damn. But there was a guy in here. Where is he? I can recognize him on here. It's been a hot minute. There's a guy on here. Not that guy. This guy. No, that's not the movie. What the fuck? There was a guy in here, and I can't find him. Where in the Sanham did he go? Am I Delulu? No, there was a guy in here. Is it the bad guy this entire time? Was I into the bad guy? What the hell? This guy. When I was younger, I had a crush on this guy. So me and my friend, we went to go watch this movie, Ergon. And it's a dragon movie where like you connect with your dragon on like a real level, where if your dragon dies, you can feel it in your spirit and soul. And then if you die, your dragon dies too. So like it was like this deep rooted connection. Anyway, so me and two of my friends, we go to the movies. We were hella young. We go to the movies, right? My friend obviously loves the main guy. You know, that makes sense. I had another friend who actually loved this guy right here, the bad guy. And look, people have their types, and I get it because I had my type. But oh shoot, didn't mean to do that. But this, but whatever. And then this guy was my type. I don't know why, but I love a guy with black hair, and who looks like he's troubled, I guess. That's what it gives me. Because it's not just the black hair, because there are some guys like with black hair in movies and stuff that I don't really care for. But it's like, it's that essence. But yeah, look, I had a friend who thought this was hot. Dude, my friend had some deep things that she was going through, apparently. This is crazy. I feel like there's a limit. But yeah, I have a type. Anyway, coming back to that. Loki was so fine in his show. Yeah, he was so fine. Thank you, Benny, for understanding. They liked store brand Voldemort. They like the dollar store Voldemort. Oh, you'd love the cast of the Lords of the Rings. Oh, dude, don't even get me started with Lord of the Rings. What's his face that got crowned the king at the end? What's his name? Somebody tell me. I forgot. It's been so long. Dude, I was a child, and I loved him. The one that was crowned the king. What's his face? Right there. The one. What is it? Lord of the Rings cast. What's his name? Edgy Ginger is certainly a choice. It's certainly a choice. Aragorn. Yeah, Aragorn. This guy. Right here. I was a fucking fetus. I wasn't a fetus. But I was a child, and this was the man I was rooting for from day one when I first saw the movie come out. Oh my gosh. And everybody was into fucking Orlando Bloom, right? And as I've gotten older, you know, I now understand like why. Because like if you see Orlando Bloom as Legolas. Yeah, I said it right the first time. If you see him as a blonde, yeah, like, okay, I can get behind it, like, makes sense. Like, dude, very handsome, right? Very handsome. Even like this, very handsome. Very young and youthful and regal and whatever the fuck. Like, no problem. Like, I think he looks very handsome. But it's so funny that like that just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know why. Like you would, I feel like this is normal. This is normal to have a crush on. This is normal. No, Aragon was my guy. He was fucking shaggy looking and it was working for me. Like I was ready to be his human, you know, because he, you know, because how he fell in love with like an elf who was gonna like live way longer than him. I was ready to die with him at an old age. I was ready to take that leap with a fetus. What the fuck did you regrow? Did you regrow the umbilical cord? Choices were twink elf or a man. Hell yeah. Look, I will also say that I think that for me, it's, how do you say? I feel like it was valid for me to not like Legolas because my grandma and my mother liked Legolas. Because, you know, they're normal women, I guess. They liked Legolas and I could not get behind that. I was like, ew, I don't want to have the same interest as the two old ladies in my life. I was a kid. But dude, Aragon, oh my god. He was my king from day one. And I thought it was so funny because I remember like bragging to my mom that because we saw all of the Lord of the Ring movies. And I remember bragging to my mom in the movie where he becomes king. And I was like, I knew I picked him right. I know how to pick him. My man's king now. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. Okay, who else? Oh! Yo! Johnny Depp is my man. You know I love Johnny Depp. Like if I just showed you those two guys right there, you know that I had to have liked Johnny Depp. Like that's like a no-brainer. Oh my god. I told my dad when I was in high school, right? And my father was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, no, I'm focusing on school. Like, that sounds dumb. I was in high school, right? And he was like, so are you just not interested in boys? Are you gay? And I was like, okay, relax. I said, and if I was, is that a problem? And then and he's like, no, I'm just saying. And I'm like, look, the only man that is for me is Johnny Depp. I told him that. And I was so dumb. I'm so dumb now. I can't believe I said that to him. And I was like, Johnny Depp is my husband. He just doesn't know that we're married yet. And my dad was like, that is disgusting. He is literally my age. He's old enough to be your dad. I actually don't know if he's the same age as my dad or not. But I remember him like saying like something like that, and I was just like, Johnny Depp fangirl, dude, to the mother freaking yes. I don't like Johnny Depp in Edward Scissorhand, I think is what it's called. I don't know if the movie, but I know that's the character. I think I didn't like him in the Scissorhand movie. I can't get behind that because in our reality, and I think this is where my ethics come into place, it's technically like the character, to me, is like a grown man with a childlike mind. And so I don't think that that's very attractive to me. Like I'm not attracted to that at all. So that's the only character or movie where I feel like so far that I've seen that I just like don't find him attractive at all. But yeah, I love Johnny Depp, dude. I love him. He's my husband. Well, that's one way to get a new daddy. No, new daddy's crazy. Frodo Baggins. Ew. No. Okay. Who's this one? Is this the elf girl that took my husband? Lord of the Rings, Arwen. Okay, hold on. Is this the elf bitch, Arwen? Let's see. Arwen. This is! Oh my god, we are her. Oh my god, that means that Aragon would love us. We would be his elf. Oh my god. Okay, look, granted she's like hella gorgeous or whatever. And okay, we can't we wouldn't be his elf, but like we could definitely be like his second place woman, like after he's realized that he has to settle for somebody because he can't be with the one he truly loves. Like he would settle with me, right? Like like we have a chance. You don't like Frodo? Why? Is it the feet? It's the feet, isn't it? It is. I don't know. Okay. Frodo Baggins for me is just like not doing it. I don't know. I don't like the character. You know what? I think it's because he's technically looking at appearance wise, he is on the list of the type of man that I'm into, but I do have to point this out, and please don't come for, you know what, you can come for me. Rightfully so, come for me. I'll wait till this commercial is done. Divvy drinking, what? Wait. Divvy drinking from the, God. Okay, Divvy drinking from the Grail of Holy Grails. I'm gonna wait. There's a commercial. There's an ad for some of my folks. So if you're on YouTube, just sit tight. Okay, let's look at some other people. Fox Mulder, X-Files. You know, I've never actually seen X-Files all the way. And Green Gables. Is this the one from the story of the girl and then she cuts her hair off? Downtown Abbey. I've heard of Downtown Abbey. Never seen it. Lance Sweet's Bones. I do love Bones. The show is pretty good. Constantine Levin? I don't know that. Anne from Anne Green Gables. I love Johnny Depp. I love Julia Roberts though too. Julia Roberts is an icon. She's a legend. Why? J.R.R. Tolkien. Who is that? Am I supposed to know who that is? J.R.R. Tolkien? J.R.R. Tolkien. A writer and philosopher. Ah. Interesting. Is that Bjork? Who's Bjork? I've heard of Bjork. No, I don't know how to spell it. Hold on. BJOR. Okay, now that we're back from the ads. Okay, so let me tell you why Frodo Baggins isn't doing it for me, okay? As much as he technically on the outside appearance meets the criteria of like what I'm into, you can rightfully so get mad at me. I actually, this sounds so bad. I actually don't like blue eyes. A lot of people in my life that have had blue eyes in the past, have been very cruel and mean to me growing up. And so now I've grown to not have an interest in I've grown to not have an interest in blue eyes. I like green eyes, but I like brown eyes the most. I find brown eyes to be very comforting, and very safe. Like, I know, again, that sounds so fucking weird, and I know that. But like, looks at Divvy's model with the blue. Look, that's why I said you can come for me, and you are rightfully so coming for me. And I have blue eyes because I think blue eyes are scary. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I have blue eyes. Yeah, I know. It looks really good on that brown and on that dark black hair. Look at me. Oh, yeah. I like the color blue. I don't like blue eyes though. Blue eyes with the, like, it's not what I'm into. We're gonna stop before we say something crazy. Because again, Divvy has blue eyes, so she's saying something that's crazy. You're right. Who am I? Divvy dated toxic blue-eyed white dragons. Oh. Nah, keep going for content. No. Dude, I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I just find is his is blue. Oh, but it's a dark blue. It's a dark blue. It's dark blue. I'm saying that multiple times, like, bitch, nah. Look, I don't know, but I don't like that blue. He's just not for me. He's not doing it. The personality is also not there. The personality that he had, he just seemed like he was a newborn baby walking for the first time. The character was just not for me. I liked that Aragon looked like he was experienced. He was experienced. He had some miles on him. He looked like he knew what he was gonna, like, he knew what he was doing in all sense of the word. Yeah. This bitch has blue eyes. We're gonna get away from him now. I actually don't know Björk very well. I've heard of them though. But yeah. Okay, that's cool. And Julia Roberts, icon. Love her. Mwah. I'm glad that we also match with her. But yeah, that's so cool. I wish that they would show us, like, what other people we are compatible with in the test. Because that would have been nice to know. It doesn't help. It doesn't tell us. So I'm wondering if, like, I Google it, if it'll actually tell us, who is who's good around that person, because, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, relationship wise, just, like, if I just want to know, like, who is a good compatibility with the INF people. So other INFPs, okay, shared values, most compatible with other INFPs. So other INFPs are also pretty compatible. INFJs, both types value deep meaning, inner reflection, and shared experience. INFP, shared values and understanding of introverted intuition make for a strong connection. INTPs can appreciate the INFP's creativity and ability to connect with emotions. INFPs can provide an exciting and stimulating partnership, and their introverted energy can complement the INFP's introversion. So that's cool. So that means I connect with other INFPs, INFJs, INTPs, ENFPs. The only extrovert is the INFP. I am INFJ. Both types value deep meaning, inner reflection, and shared experience. Do we do that, Abby? Do we value deep meaning with each other and shared experience? Let me catch up on chat. Did my test quite different from the last time I took it? I think I was a diplomat last time. This time I'm an architect. Oh, can you tell me the letter of yours, Hadel? I think they're taking the approach that anyone can be compatible with anyone. But I guess if they have more letters that are the same, they're more compatible. I'm an INF. Oh, for sure. I love you, Abby. We're compatible. Come here, baby girl. INTJ. Sorry, but INTJ is not on my list of compatibilities, Huddle. We cannot be in a relationship. I'm just kidding. Relationship challenges for INFPs. They are ENTJs, ISFJs, while ENTJ, INFP relationships can be successful, the ENTJ's strong leadership style and tendency to be demanding can be overwhelming for the INFP. The ISFJ, INTFP relationship can be challenging due to differing communication styles and values. Lack of communication, INFPs can struggle with experiencing their emotion and needs, which can lead to misunderstandings with their partner isn't patient if their partner isn't patient or understanding. So I am not compatible with ISFJs and ENTJs. So really quick, what is the EN or IN? So it said INFJ. INFJ. That's the advocate. Oh, Abby, you're the advocate and I am the mediator. Come here, we're gonna have a bit of a relationship together. Oh. Damn, time to wrap my identity and personality. Lamau. Time to warp. I can't even read. I said wrap. It's warp. ISFJ. What's ISFJ? What's ISFJ? ISFJ. The defender. Oh, and they're judgy. No wonder. They have the J. They're the judgies. Personality types known for their practicality and focus on order, security, and stability. Yeah, I would fuck up their order. Hence the laundry. So yeah, not compatible. INTPs. What's INTP? INTP. 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 What's, how do you fucking pronounce that? The logician? The logistic? I don't know. That one. They are the nope. This is a P, not a T. But it has a T here. No, that's not the same. I don't know what this one is. And the ENFPs. ENFP. Nope. ENFP. The campaign. So technically, I'm compatible with. Out of all four of them, most of them are the diplomats that I am compatible with, and only one analysts. I'm the architect. We're not compatible. No, just kidding. Only one analysis person am I actually compatible with. The rest of them are the diplomats that I'd be compatible. So technically, I stick with the green guys, but it's fine. I think this was fun though. We had such a good time. I loved it. And I loved learning about the people in our like the famous people that are also INFPs. I'm low-key happy. Like, that was fun. Honestly, the more we know about ourselves, I kind of want others to do the test for me now. Oh yeah, that would be so fun, because that would like to determine on like if they tell you, well, this is what I think you are, rather than you thinking that, because like you could say like, it's like those people who say like, I'm very kind, or I'm a very nice person, but it's like, you don't really know if you're a very nice person. Like, you could say you're nice, but it takes other people to tell you that you're a nice person in order to know if you're really nice. So I get what you mean. Like, what do others interpret me versus what I think I am? That's very actually interesting. I'd love for somebody then to tell me like what they think I would be. But I feel like for me to know who I am, because I've been by myself for such a long time, I think that I know myself pretty well, that I think that definitely I'm a mediator. I will say that I think that there may be other traits that I might, jive with just a little bit, but this one was hella accurate with how well I know myself. But I had such a fun time. I will like to say that this was a great thing to do, and I thought it was really fun. Let me go to chat. I thought this was fun. I think that getting to know ourselves a little bit better was a fun like thing to do. Like, I stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit there, and I think I had such a good time. I think I had way better time than what I thought I would have. So that was actually really exciting to experience. So yeah, I think we also vary a bit because I just got off my very logical job. So naturally we'd probably be more logical if we just did a bunch of logical things. No, absolutely. I think that's why people say that you could do the test multiple times, but like you grow as a person as you continue to grow. I remember taking, like, for example, I took like the Harry Potter test once when it first came out, or when it was first a thing. When I took the Harry Potter test, it said that I was a Gryffindor. But then when I took it as an adult, I ended up being... Hold on. But when I took the test as an adult, I ended up being a Hufflepuff. And so now I just kind of jive with Hufflepuff. I remember even buying Hufflepuff for my dog Romeo. It's okay, puppy. I remember buying Hufflepuff for my dog Romeo when I first got him because, you know, as an adult, I was like, wow, I can't believe that, like, I'm no longer a Gryffindor. I'm a Hufflepuff now. But people have told me that, knowing who I am, that I definitely come across as a Hufflepuff for sure, they said. So apparently I'm a Hufflepuff through and through. I got Ravenclaw. Ooh, I think if I'm not mistaken, aren't the Ravenclaws supposed to be like the intelligent ones? Yeah, I'm definitely not a Ravenclaw. Okay, but can I say what was so funny is that for the longest time I wanted to be a Slytherin. I thought I was a Slytherin. I thought internally I should be a Slytherin, and when I found out that I was not a Slytherin and I kept taking the test and I kept getting a Hufflepuff, I was like, fuck this, man. I was mad. I was so mad. but again, people have told me who are really into Harry Potter that I definitely am a Hufflepuff and that it makes sense. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But other than that, though, I think that we had such a great time. I feel like we should definitely do more tests like this. I just have to figure out, like, what other tests. We could maybe do the Harry Potter test if it's still available, just to see if anything has changed. I'll have to see if it's still up and available. I don't know if it is anymore. If not, we could do other tests. I do want to do, like, the love language test. I did have that up, but I feel like I'm already exhausted. So maybe we could do like the love language test, or maybe we can get spicy and do the spicy test. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. Same, because snakes are cool. Yeah. But yeah, all in all, I thought this was really fun, and I hope you guys like this kind of content. Again, I want to start being a variety streamer, so I'm trying to get out of my shell and do more than just art and games. To hide away from the fact that I'm really bad at games. But I hope that you guys also had a fun experience coming on this journey with me. I know I did, and getting to know myself a little bit more. The rice purity test. Can we do that? I don't know what that is. Send that to me, please. Or the other tests. Other test? Well, give me the rice purity test. I want to see what that is. The spicy test is wild. LOL, exposes everyone. Dude, I'm gonna do the spicy test now. I think that we're gonna do it. Spicy jalapeno test. You know what I'm talking about, ladies. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys had a wonderful time coming on this journey with me and discovering who we are as a person. And I hope that while you guys are watching on YouTube, that you guys also answer these questions with me, and tell me in the comments below what you got as your personality test or trait. Again, thank you to those who stopped by and said hi. Thank you to those who stuck around and chat with me. Thank you to those who were lurking and percolating. Who were lurking and percolating. Thank you for Stream Div that's the purity test. Thank you for the stream. Yeah, thank you. Take care. Take care, guys. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye. Dun dun dun. Dum 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 dum.